Good Friday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Ashley Baylor. It is Valentine's Day. It is Friday, but Mother Nature is showing us no love heading into this weekend. I don't know. The love is feeling a little bit frosty today because it is not only a chilly day, but it has been rather windy out there. So as we take a look at the winds, you can see these winds are coming out of the northwest, sustained anywhere between about 12 to 20 miles per hour. So temperatures being as chilly as they are, it doesn't take much wind to make it feel colder, and this wind is no joke, folks. Let's take a look at those wind gusts. They're upwards of about 20 to 26 miles per hour, but earlier on, we were experiencing gusts more in the 25, 30 to 35 mile per hour range. So throughout the day, we've had a wind advisory in effect for Hartford, Tullen, and Windham County. Yeah, I'm not sure it was completely warranted, but I don't make those decisions. But we have a pretty nasty storm system on the way for this weekend, so let's jump right into it. Here's a look at our satellite and radar composite. Through much of the day, we have seen partly sunny skies with a couple of flurries and snow showers making their way in here, but those have not left much on the ground. We're perfectly fine with that. Now, as you can see, a winter storm watch is up for Litchfield and Hartford County. I would expect that will be upgraded to a winter storm warning. The rest of the state is under a winter weather advisory. So that is for Saturday heading on into Sunday. I am wondering if the entire state will go under a winter storm warning, but again, that is up to the local National Weather Service offices. It is 32 degrees right now in Hartford. We're also at 32 in Waterbury, 36 in Chester. It's only 27 in Torrington. So guess what the wind is doing? Making it feel much colder. It only feels like 17 in Torrington. It feels like 27 in Bridgeport, about 24 in New London. So yes, of course we've seen worse, but yeah, still a little unpleasant. That's why I have said all week long, a full cuddle alert in effect for Valentine's Day. Now, here's a look at our hour by hour. Stay with me here because there's a lot to dive into. For this evening, if you're heading out with your significant other or if you're just hanging out with your dogs, that's totally fine. That's probably my plan later on, catching up on Yellowstone and cuddling with my pup. And so it'll be fine for whatever plans you have. It'll stay dry. Overnight, we will see the clouds move in. So tomorrow morning, we will be waking up to mainly cloudy skies. Now, if you have any sports going on tomorrow morning or if you have a birthday party first thing, you should be fine. I don't expect the snow is going to start to move in and really turn steady until closer to 3 o'clock or shortly after. Now, I'm not saying there couldn't be a couple flurries or a snow shower before that, but I think the real action does get started around or shortly after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you have any late Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening plans, well, then that could be a problem because as the snow starts to pick up in intensity, the road conditions are going to deteriorate very quickly. We saw this last Saturday. It wasn't much snow on the ground, but it did come down at a heavy clip and reduced visibility, made the roads very slippery and slushy. So if you are going to be out Saturday evening, you really, really need to be careful out on the roads. But this is not an all-snow event. As temperatures come up going into the overnight hours, we're going to see that switch from snow over to a mix of sleet and freezing rain. So we're going to see about 2 to 5 inches of snow and then put a nice layer of ice on top of that. And our hope is that the ice is not going to weigh down on trees and power lines and cause any power outages. It is in the realm of possibility, so it's something we will definitely be watching. But look at all of this sleet and freezing rain for Sunday morning. If you have any plans for Sunday morning, I mean, if you could have a plan B of staying home, that would be great because the roads will not be in good shape. Now, as we head through the day on Sunday, inland areas will kind of ebb and flow between rain and a bit of an icy mix, whereas the southern half of Connecticut will be mostly rain. But Sunday's just not looking great. Before it changes over to that icy mix, as I said, we'll get 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of snow and then put the ice on top of that. So you can see our ice potential certainly higher across central and northern parts of the state, but even at the shoreline, it's still going to be there. Luckily, most of the shoreline should see rain. Now, let's talk about why we're going to see this, because you would think, okay, temperatures are going to be below freezing, so why wouldn't this be all snow? Well, it's because of what's going on aloft. Basically, as the snowflake comes down into the warmer air aloft, it melts, and if temperatures are right at freezing, it turns to freezing rain. But if it's a shallow layer of warm air and then kind of refreezes, it's usually a sleet pellet. So it all has to do with what's going on aloft, what's going on above our heads. So just some quick black ice driving tips for you. Keep your steering wheel straight. I know at times you may be tempted to brake quickly, don't do that. Just take your foot off the accelerator to slow down and brake ever so gently, because if you brake hard, you will get out of control quickly and things don't end well from there. So increasing clouds tonight. It is going to be a cold one. Tomorrow we'll see that snow starting around or shortly after 3 o'clock. We have that icy mess heading into Sunday. Again, across the southern half of Connecticut, it should be mostly rain, but the farther north you go, the more likely you could go back and forth between rain and freezing rain. Now, come Monday, I know a lot of people don't have to go to work, don't have to go to school because it is President's Day. It's going to be brighter, but not exactly pleasant. Temperatures will only be in the low 30s, but you got to factor in this nasty wind, and so that'll push wind chills down into the teens and 20s. And unfortunately, temperatures are looking to stay pretty cold through much of next week, and we're also going to be watching for a potential storm system again on Thursday. Our models are not quite in agreement on Thursday. GFS, the American model, kind of slides it to our south, whereas the European kind of wants to give us a little more of a direct hit. So there's still a lot going on. We're still in the middle of a very active pattern, but stay with us through the weekend for the very latest on what's going on with Saturday and Sunday. But I do want to tell you, happy Valentine's Day. There's snowing like you, and take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.